Hello, Bears fans. The painful losing streak seems endless, and something big is about to happen. If you miss it, you can't say, "I wasn't warned." Experts are saying the Bears might sign a veteran to solve one of the team's biggest problems, and if it happens, this could be the turning point you don't want to miss. The Bears' offense has been a shadow of what we hoped for, making it increasingly hard to watch. The pressure is mounting, and fans are reaching their limit. In the last game, the entire stadium was booing. Imagine the pressure at this point. DJ Moore spoke out about what these boos truly mean and how the team feels amid this chaos. Are we witnessing the end of an era? Don't go away, because I'm about to tell you everything you don't yet know about this tough season. Despite everything falling apart, the Bears are still holding on to hope with Caleb Williams. Coach Eberflus isn't ready to give up, but is this the right decision or a fatal mistake? With rising pressure and offensive issues, the question remains, does Williams have what it takes to lead this team to victory? And what about the offensive line? Embarrassing. The Bears have tried to improve, but everything seems to be collapsing. 3 weeks ago, we were 4-2 and on a winning streak. Now we're on a losing streak, and the offense looks like a wreck. How do we get here? Who's going to protect the future of this team and our QB Caleb Williams if the offensive line keeps this up? Don't be caught off guard. The situation is worse than it seems. Could Matt Peart be the solution? The veteran Broncos tackle is showing he's got what it takes to get the job done. He's been playing well, protecting the QB without allowing sacks and keeping good run-blocking stats. The big question is, why haven't the Bears made this move yet? It's not the time to wait for a superstar, but to bring in a solid player to reinforce the line. Standing at 6 feet 6 inches and 318 pounds, he could provide the stability this line needs. A message for Soldier Field fans: you've made yourselves heard, and the frustration is clear with all the boos. Fans aren't just disappointed with a play or specific mistake, but with a feeling that, once again, the Bears are failing on their promises. This was supposed to be the team to break the curse, but look at what we've got: a stagnant offense with no touchdowns for 3 straight games. DJ Moore spoke about it and shared what we're all feeling. The frustration is real. Now, the big question: who's responsible? The players? Or is it a deeper issue stemming from the coaching staff? The decision to keep Caleb Williams as the starter, despite alarming stats, is starting to raise serious doubts. In a month, he hasn't thrown a single touchdown and has completed less than 54% of his passes. How can you blame the QB if the team can't adjust anything? And yet, he remains the starter. What does this really mean for the Bears' future? With offense ranked among the worst in the league, it's time to make a decision. So the question is Eberflus truly trusting in his young QB, or is he just trying to maintain a facade of stability amid the chaos? Now it's over to you, Bears fans. The question of the moment: should we keep supporting Caleb Williams, or is it time to make a drastic change to try to turn things around? What do you think of Eberflus's decision to keep him as the starter despite the concerning numbers? The future of the team might be in our hands. Join us, Bears family. Subscribe, comment, share, and help strengthen our community. Every comment is a step toward making our team and passion even stronger. Always with the Bears, always with heart. As a Bears fan, it's tough to watch the team go through so many ups and downs. I understand the frustration of fans, especially after seeing the team booed and unable to make an impact on the field. The offense situation is complicated, and the pressure is building. When you have a young quarterback like Caleb Williams, who's clearly feeling the weight of an unstable offensive line, it's natural to question the decision to keep him as the starter, especially when he hasn't yet shown consistent performance. I believe the change needs to come from the top. The offensive line, as you mentioned, needs a deep overhaul. Bringing in a veteran like Matt Peart might be the first step to provide stability, but the bigger issue lies in the team's management. Trusting Caleb Williams is important, but he can't be thrown to the lions without the protection he needs. The team needs to look to the future, yes, but it also has to fix the present flaws. If Coach Matt Eberflus continues supporting the young QB, he needs to ensure that everything around him, like the offensive line, is functioning to give Caleb a chance to shine. If the team doesn't make these changes, the future of Williams and the entire franchise could be at risk. As a fan, I'm still with the team, but I can see that patience is running thin. The pressure is real, and changes need to happen soon if we want to avoid this season becoming another lost year. What do you think, folks? Is it time to overhaul the offensive line and take a bold step forward? As a Bears fan, I'm starting to feel like patience is being tested to the limit. It's frustrating to see the team keep hitting the same roadblocks and hoping for a miracle. The team has individual talent, especially with players like DJ Moore showing their quality, but the lack of consistency in execution and repeated failures in key areas like the offensive line are making it almost impossible to see a light at the end of the tunnel. Supporting Caleb Williams is, at its core, a logical move. He's a top-tier talent, and if well protected, he could be the future answer for this franchise. But for that to happen, the offensive line must stabilize. We can't keep putting him in disadvantageous situations where he's crushed by defenses time and time again, without the time to execute plays. I understand Matt Eberfluss's decision to keep Caleb as the starter. Confidence in him needs to be shown, and putting a rookie QB in an unstable situation can impact his morale and development. But is Shane Waldron's offensive system truly helping? Or are we witnessing a repetitive cycle of flawed strategies? We need changes in the offensive scheme too, not just in the players. Another factor weighing on my opinion is the role of veterans and team leaders. Matt Pert could be a good starting point, but does the team's mentality also need a review? It seems like the team needs a shakeup not just in personnel, but in how it approaches the game and what it means to be a Chicago Bear. This kind of spirit needs to return to the field. Now, looking ahead to the rest of the season, the big question is, where do we go from here? Can we keep going with this team? And if the offensive system doesn't change, is there any hope of turning things around? I still believe the Bears can flip the switch, and maybe this season will still bring us surprises, but management needs to be more decisive in their choices, both in recruiting and in internal changes. Finally, it's clear that fans will always support the team, but that relationship has to be built on trust that the team is doing everything it can to correct what's wrong. I'm a Bears fan through and through, but the team needs to show it's willing to make the necessary changes to truly compete for something greater. What do you all think? What needs to change for the Bears to finally return to the powerhouse we all know they can be?